In the spirit of our efforts, I want to begin this morning with our first commitment announcement. And I would like to ask the participants to join me on stage. First, the CEO of Nike, Mark Parker, and his partners, Celso Ataide of Central Unica Favelas, Maristelo Bayone of the United Nations Development Program, Hannes Bickel of the German Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, Daniela Carrera Marquez of the Inter-American Development Bank, Indio da Costa of the Municipal, the Secretary of Sports for Rio, Tarcisio Loisdavi of Caixa, Susana Moriaera of Bola Par Frente, and Mauricio Pinto of the Municipal Secretariat of Education for Rio. They seek to address the following challenge. From 2006 to 2011, the proportion of Brazilians who were overweight rose from 42.7% to 48.5%, with 1 in 7 Brazilians now classified as obese. Physical activity among Brazil's youth physical inactivity has devastating economic and human impacts, shortening lives and costing society billions of dollars. Therefore, it is critical to encourage young people in the first 10 years of their lives to move when movement matters most. It is also very important to their brain development. Active children tend to become active adults. Instilling a love of physical activity among Brazilian children can provide a range of physical, cognitive, emotional, and social benefits. Let me just say that this challenge in Brazil is something we see all over the world. The second highest rate of diabetes in the world is now in the Middle East and North Africa, where growing and more widely dispersed wealth has led to a rising middle class and changing diets, more consumption of sugar, and bigger problems. I went there. I take credit for the first opening of our contacts with Iran because the Iranian health minister had his picture taken with me there about 4 years ago, because we had all the health ministers in the Middle East and North Africa. The United Kingdom and Ireland have national programs dealing with childhood obesity. As the Chinese move from rural areas to the cities, they swap a heart-healthy diet for fast food diets. As the Indians move from the rural areas to the cities, the same thing is happening. This is a global phenomenon. If we don't do something about it, we are going to have hundreds of millions of children live shorter lives than their parents, because the attendant consequences of obesity include type 2 diabetes, heart attack, strokes, and certain kinds of cancer. This is a very, very big issue which could dwarf the healthcare budgets of nation after nation. And it's very important that as Latin America rises, we move on this. Today, Nike announces a commitment to support Design for Movement, a cross-sectoral framework built through the collaborative efforts of 70 expert organizations, all of which aim to create early positive experiences in sports while integrating physical activity into everyday life. Nike is uniting with the Design to Move partners to move the agenda and impact the lives of 44,500 Brazilian children. In the beginning, they will engage 10 schools with professional development and technical support for teachers to deliver in-classroom physical activities and physical education. And to support out-of-school time, 10 favela facilities will be converted into active spaces linked to programming delivered by trained coaches. Nike and its partners have also agreed to align their federal tax credit dollars in Brazil to fund sports and physical activity programs that promote early positive experiences. The UNDP will serve as the project lead to coordinate and optimize their efforts, and the Inter-American Development Bank will identify ways to partner with the Ministry of Sport to evaluate the impact on these experiences so that we will be able to properly measure them. So I ask that you recognize their efforts, and I thank them very much for what they've done.